What?
Because that's how Gio said it.
He sure did.
So because I was like, yeah, I have to keep it her homecoming. And I was like, it's been so long since so many niggas been home. But then he was like, so then I was like, okay, that's gonna be my little bit to get us into the bit. And yeah, because that's exactly how he did it. So that's
I'm
on
dead.
him.
I'm dead.
Hey, it's your girls, Mel B and Mita, and this is the Soapy Fan Sisters podcast. And we have a lot to, which, like, hilariously enough, we did a huge recap last time we talked. We had been out, we're back, we've got logos, we've got moving graphics. Okay, not that many, but still, we still got more stuff coming. So we, as you may have noticed, I'm somewhere. She's where I'm usually at. What's that about? Mita, she's staying over the night. And so we wanted to do this. We just caught up with GH. There's so much going on. So we're like, you know what? I think it'll be fun. Let's just switch. I'm somewhere else. Ha 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 ha. Anywho, Mita, what's going on? I know you've got your Twitch stream and you got your Beat to Beat. What's going on with you before we dive into the nonsense of Port Charles?
Same old. Dance is dance. We have a show coming up, and my director just made a return. He was out for a little bit. He's doing much better, and he's back. So there is that recent development. So the show is at the end of the month, so we're getting into crunch time. I have to get my hair done soon, which is upcoming as well. Very excited to do that. And I was supposed to stream this past Friday. I didn't feel like it, so I didn't. We'll just pick that back up in August at some point. I'll have a new calendar for that somewhere. But yeah, I was supposed to, and I didn't feel like it, so I didn't. And I do what I want. It's my stream.
Period. Do you? And I mean, again, we were supposed to have recorded this, and then no. So we decided to wait until the moment is right. We will try to kind of keep it. I kind of have everything from, just speaking for our notes' sake as we're going through. Like, we do take notes. We're trying to stay on top of a lot of stuff, but I took a lot of deep notes for a lot of old stuff, and then we've got a whole bunch of crazy your homecomings that happened all in this week. So I'm relying definitely on Miranda to keep me on that with, like, the recent stuff, because I literally was like, oh my God, what do you mean? I totally forgot. That's crazy work. But just going back, I mean, catching up on the biggest, the homecomings. Like, Gio said it because Anna's home. We talked about how Anna is now home, and that was a huge, huge deal. Jason's home, Valentine's home, everybody home. And I think that's, like, where we're really starting off. Like, the Rocco, Cullum, WSB. We didn't even get to talk about that man, Z. Oh, what's his name? Oh my God, Oliver Stewart, John Oliver, whatever his name is.
Oliver.
John Oliver. Hello, John
Yeah.
John Oliver decided he wanted to pop his little one and show up on General Hospital, and they gave him Z as a character. And he was the one that Valentine had to go talk to get Jocelyn hopefully out, save everybody, blah, 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 blah. And not that man hitting also on Carly. Cause that's all I remember. Him be like, yeah, you hot. Carly.
And she slapped him.
She did. And then he's like, I like it. So is that a no or Jack, do you know what? Like, your girl is hot. Like, hot in the streets. Hot in the WSB streets. Who knew? Carly got the WSB, like, wow. Good for her. Good for her. I love that for her. So
And
Jason's
to
home, and the main issue with Jason being home is obviously the tension. We'll even start with the new teen scene.
mm-hmm.
Rocco, Charlotte, Danny,
Danny Scout.
mainly Danny and Scout, but mainly Danny popping off and being mad and he told
Jack.
Jack that it was Rocco, and that was
Rocco.
supposed to be a secret. Like, everybody, all the adults agreed on that. And Danny said, well, fuck y'all. My dad. And it is what it is. Miranda, do you have any thoughts on Danny being a rat? Like, nigga, you ain't never gonna get a job in the Corinthos. Give it up.
Truly say goodbye to those dreams, number one. Number two, that is so unforgivable. Like, if you knew your dad would protect, like, if you know, like, and I say the same thing with how they later did Sam in regards
Mm-hmm.
to Jason. I'm like, you know who this person is. This person has been this way from the time that he became Jason Morgan. Like, this has been this is to be expected. This is not anything new. This is not new information. So the fact that we suddenly pretend like we now just realize the stakes or now realize what
The
that means,
code of yeah. The code. The literal,
and
like,
then
your
you want to be
brother.
and then you want to
Yeah.
be surprised when he comes back and chews you out for doing that because he said that was my choice and I would never have let Rocco go to, like, if you know this person, you know the type of person they are, you should know. And can you feel a way about it? Yes, but you shouldn't try and go then behind that person's back to then free them that's their choice. You have to respect people's choices.
Something, and I think I said this about, like, we're getting to know Danny. Not really. Like, we don't spend as much time with the on-screen actor, but we hear more about Danny, and we're arguing about Danny as a piece. But, like, whenever later on, I guess later this week, this concept of now Danny being mature enough to, like, not want to piss off Drew. Welcome back, Drew. To not piss off Drew. I because for the sake of Scout and, like, him, like, writing so hard for Scout, and we know that, but we've never really seen it because this is a new Scout. We're doing whole new things, so we're, like, creating the persona of Danny. So it was actually wild to me that Danny would have snitched, knowing that your father is Jason. You wanted to join Sunny's like, everything you, like, even I don't even think, even when Michael was on that bullshit, like, Michael would never snitch about a goddamn thing. Like, that would never. Morgan, I don't, like, no one. And that's why Charlotte was kind of, like, mad disgusted by that. And she's like, look, I understand. And also, like, my father has, like, been accosted by snitches and by
Yeah,
fakers, liars, backstabbers. Like, trust is so
important.
important because of not just our family, but because of the stakes of who our parents and the shit that they do. So if
Yes.
Jason says something, if Valentine says something, shut the fuck up and push. Cause ratting out on your child brother, Michael literally killed somebody for his sister. Like, come on now. That's like, I don't even think Chase would do some shit like that. Like,
No. No.
that was like, it's actually so egregious, like, for real. Tough stuff. But they've got Rocco now emo. So my King Rocco is now sad. Just back. Britt got released. They dropped all the blah blahs because essentially it's embarrassing that the WSB would have a double agent to continue Face Off Face On's Cold Fusion, whatever the hell
Yeah.
it is, projects and stuff.
Final
And so
project.
now you get Jocelyn to cover it all up and say what the narrative is not. And that's pretty tough, and we'll get to that later. But for the most part, they're still mad. Rocco tweaking off on Dante and Lulu again. Like she's so now she's locked up. Now she's in the PCPD, and then they're like, "Okay, girl, you gone by," and now the girl's homeless, struggling, and Rocco is sad. So I think that's pretty tough. But obviously, we know Jason's now back. Girl couldn't get a room at the inn. Carly
don't give a fuck about that girl, which is insane, especially because she's the one who still saved Jocelyn's life in the first place. That first time her life was in danger. So I'm confused as to why you won't even help that
even
girl.
Jocelyn being in the WSB, this lady has protected your daughter.
Repeatedly at this point as well. It's so kind of sick.
Out of all the girls to have beef like that, Britt is not the Jason girl. You know what I mean? Like, do that shit for Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, Elizabeth, fuck you. You can stay on your own. Go, where's your Jason money? Because you're his actual baby's mother. You should have Jason monies. So you shouldn't need to stay at Bobby's. But this girl traumatized. WSB, Jason sacrificing his whole life. He's
sacrificed himself.
So you kicked that whole girl out of a funky little whatever, Caroline. Whatever. Yeah. Lulu. Now, obviously, since Valentine is free, Carly, as Sonny rehashed or tried to rehash at the table, me and Carly are talking. When T rolls up, she beeline. And mind you, in that beeline, yes, Lulu and Charlotte were right there.
Right off the other side.
And Caroline make it out with that man. That's her king. That is her everything right now. And Lulu, disgusted. Oh, guy's home. Hey. Beeline, because that's where I put my notes. I said,
yes.
We're just going to keep rocking and rolling. Beeline. This lady, we're not going to explain shit. Let's keep going. Beeline. Carly makes a beeline to this man, makes out with this man. So for me, I think Lulu is insufferable. But as a character, as a person, in this moment, she ate when she came to Carly's house, and that's the Lulu that I miss. That's the one, like, she popped off about everything.
Lulu did used to
delusional.
pop off a lot more. Yeah.
She was a main popper offer, and for her to go to Miss Queen pop off.
Yeah.
Her and Carly had to sit there and just
eat it, because yeah, she's actually telling the truth right now. Explain yourself. Charlotte went out in that storm to try to get to Carly's house because that's where Valentine was.
When the math, she was like, so are you saying? And Carly was like, ugh.
Fell in love with the man that forced you to hold him to keep him in your home. You fell in love with the man who did that to you to start. And that was y'all's second interaction, because the first one, he almost killed you because you were with Jack.
Okay. Toxic. I love her. Toxic. That, in terms of like what Rocco is sort of, because this is all still under the Rocco's house is kind of falling apart now that Valentine is back.
It's
now
been
that
falling
Lulu's
apart, though. No, has Rocco's home
has it ever been together?
Because
has it ever been together?
Rocco's bringing into this world. You weren't with your mother. You were with Britt.
Yeah.
Then okay, now you're with Lulu and Dante, but then Dante either leaves the first time for WSB, Actually, yes. Leaves for the WSB, then comes back because Sonny has to go get his ass to bring him back home, for him to then have to go to rehab for the WSB because yeah, they got your ass. They brainwashed you. Or you got captive from working I remember that all that shit went down and he was undercover, but he actually did get brainwashed. All of that hoopla that Sonny had to go save him from because no one else was gonna go get that man. So then you leave your wife and child twice, which is how we got the famous twice. And then Lulu goes into a coma because she got blown up. No.
The Charlie bar. She
That's
would
when that,
just
yes, because she was with that
realize she
man.
was in love with Dante still,
She was
was
about to
gonna break
break
up
up
with
what
that
was his
Dustin
name?
guy from One Life to Live,
Dustin.
head ass.
Yeah, but he was Brody.
Brody.
It was Brody
then
from
got blown.
OOTL. Then she
Wasn't
got
that
blown up.
Cyrus? It's probably Cyrus's nonsense, I think.
Yes, actually, it was Cyrus's nonsense because the target was Jason.
Yes.
Which is how
Yes.
Jason disappeared
Yes.
also that time as well. So
Whatever, all
Rocco's
that.
life has never really
Never.
never really
he
been
shouldn't
together.
be here. He shouldn't be here. Charlotte technically shouldn't be here. So Lulu also just being like, you're a mother of like, you did not choose actually any of these two kids. So you being so, I never got, like, it's like, yes, we understand like where all this is coming from. You never got to be a mother to literally neither of them, for real.
Neither of them.
Like, you missed so much of Rocco's early life, so you hate Britt's guts. Like, we understand, but Lulu, like, you're annoying. So the only time that it felt like, honestly, is the fact that Carly is fucking the man that is and then also involving your dog. Like,
yeah,
there's no way, Carly, you mad about people involving Jocelyn into their shit. It's the same. So it's like, let's call a spade and Carly sit there and take that ass whooping. And I do feel like, thank God there is someone, because I can't think of no other girl that's like for real as much of a lasher as Carly. Like, even though, yes, Olivia has the Bensonhurst, no, I want mouth. And I think Lulu's mouth and Carly's mouth, Elizabeth, even she was shy. She'd be like, "Okay, Carly," like, it's not
see, the only
as
person who
Sam
could really
used to fall to, would just kind of like, "Okay, Carly, like, you're mad at Jason," and Sam would cry and shit.
They would Gabriela Montez it. What's the price, Troy? Like, they would Gabriela Montez it.
But Lulu,
Carly is Sharpaying it.
Lulu
and they
has
need another.
she ain't about no Jason. She ain't about no Sonny. She's not trying to impress none of this. This is cousin on cousin. Bitch, fuck you. And I love that. So I deeply appreciate that. But either way, Rocco's now home. I mean, Rocco's back. Everybody's back. Jason's back. Valentine's back. So Charlotte being like, listen, daddy trauma, daddy decisions, Danny, gross behavior, but like, can we please move on? Can we? Yikes. I don't, like, we're not. We know we're not. We can see it in Rocco's energy that it's just so, and then like whatever they're building, we'll get to Scout, but I guess him and Scout will sort of lean on each other, whereas then Danny and Charlotte
have already.
But now Charlotte has a crush on Gio, question mark. I don't know. It's just hilarious.
Girl, don't nobody know what's going on. Don't nobody know nothing right now.
Also, though, Rocco, the only thing I'll say, like, love Rocco. Rocco is king. However, fix your attitude with Gio. I'm not into it.
Yes, actually.
Not into it.
Because actually,
I got my asshole chewed out because you went and got drunk. By this man who I found out, this man's your father. You've had the luxury of having Dante as a father who's clearly writing and dying so hard for you that he's willing to say, fuck me.
Yes.
So the minute I saw some shit was up, because I'm not getting my ass reamed. No.
Not by that man.
And also, genuinely, you're in trouble. I'm trying to help.
and you're not
The two
saying what's
snitches,
actually going
Danny
on.
snitch and Gio snitch, are not the
Two
same
different
snitches.
No, yep. Two different whole types of snitches. Yes.
So
Yes.
let's not. This was a selfish snitch. This is a selfless snitch.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Rocco, love you down. If you start pushing on Gio too much, I will flip because I don't play about Gio. that's Duke of Fort Charles, okay?
Yes.
Cause he's got the Sonny. He's got the quarterman. Bitch, he's you. To be fair.
He's real full blood Prince of Port Charles. Rocco, you got adopted into this because of
Rocco,
your
be
traumas.
careful.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
It shows that we're fair.
It is.
It shows that we're not biased.
We are. We're very fair.
Very fair.
We give credit where credit due. We give props where props due. It doesn't matter if I said I hate that person's guts. If they ate a moment, they ate that up. Like, what am I gonna do? Lie? Am I Willow?
I do love, and
liar?
then just kind of closing on Rocco, and it's nice that it was interesting, like Sonny, because then Lulu goes and tells Sonny and Rick and kind of outs the whole thing. Everybody's now getting caught up. Carly now knows. Like, everyone now knows that it was Rocco that shot Cullum. And I wonder what that, going back to my king, does that give you further? Everybody really wants to protect you. Like, you are sweet baby angel Corey Matthews. You're the new Michael. Like, you truly are becoming the new Michael. And so everybody now learning how far the WSB has gone and how people are willing to bend all the rules of the law. Laura is corrupt. Like, everybody's corrupt to protect Rocco. And I think that's going to prove to be pretty interesting for him as a character moving down the line. And then I think what's going to be kind of, where it's like, I can't blame Danny. Danny looks at Scout and gets his ass beat, but Rocco's shooting niggas, and I'm the drama. Like, I can't be around Scout, but a murderer can be around Scout.
Yes.
As Danny, that pissed me the hell off. And I think that's what they're like. It's like, I'm Danny and I'm actually the victim. I don't have my mother here because Frank is beefing. I don't have Sleepy Sam here. Jason. Now, yes, moving into Jason's now back. Jakarta. Okay, word. Let's
Black
take a shot every time. Jakarta. And Jason now he just dropped the bombshell. Went to rightfully right his wrongs with his son because of the Sam, because of everything, because of his whole lack of parents' life that would cause him to be a snitch to Rocco, that would cause him to be so hurt. And Jason having to take accountability and now telling Sonny, hey, Bookie Butt, I can't do this anymore. And I do think that's great because, to be honest, like, I am not interested in seeing Jason just do the same old. I'm curious as to, like, what does this new Jason do? It's like Curtis, like, we have our hitmen on reserve, but look at you doing your business, Savoy, whatever you're doing. But when we gotta get our save Trina, because we're gonna have to save Trina eventually, we better get our guns ready. And now Jocelyn got a gun. Everybody got a gun.
Yes.
So I think that Jason trying to heal Danny will eventually heal Rocco and Danny. Like, all of it. Now that Jason can, and now we know our baby Drew is back. That Danny needs mad protection. Like, Jason needs to go work for Danny, okay? Because Drew has got his sights on that nigga. So that's all I've got for Rocco. Miranda, anything else about just like what we're seeing with Rocco, what we're hoping? Are we hoping anything for him? Um,
I think the road to him and Danny healing may be longer than expected because at the end of the day, Danny, you still snitched. Yeah, it was on behalf of
well,
your
he also
dad.
still crashing boats and shit. Like,
That
you bad
too.
boy.
Like, you're naughty. You must be stopped. But I do think it will take Rocco maybe some time before he can truly forgive Danny because at the end of the day, that man still went to the WSB and said, "Yeah, actually it was him, not my
Yeah,
dad. Get my
yeah.
dad out of there, whatever, whatever." Cuz
To
then
Jack, which Jack is so like
Jack, since he knows the players of the situation, he's obviously smart with what he would do, but imagine if there was a not smart a whole different age. Like, imagine if Danny went straight to Cullum and
right.
said, "Yeah,
That
it was Rocco."
yes, yes. Like out of all the people, yes, Jack is
The
you're
least
playing a
harmful.
dangerous game, but it is your safest bet.
Yeah,
However, don't talk to none of them.
none of them.
None, including Anna, like, and we'll get to her in a second, to sort of like push forward because they're kind of putting the brakes on Sidwell for now.
Yeah,
And in my notes here, I mean, all of the Cassius stuff gets outed, everything gets outed. There's this Boyle stuff is kind of like the last remnants of like what actually really happened and how deep of Sidwell with Laura. Now they're trying to like they arrested Sidwell because of his nonsense in the gallery with
yeah.
Ava. Ethan got shot in the butt. All the stuff. And then we'll talk about Ethan in a second. But now that everything Cassius is now gone, missing, locked up by the WSB, and now people are trying to like close out Sidwell's business, which is leading them to look at certain people of like, what did you know? What did you not know? What were you involved in? What were you not involved in?
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick is kind of involved because he was there trying to piece
Because
the
he got knocked out
knock
by
the hell
Cassius
out with
at that
Boyle.
safe house.
He knows that Boyle had to been clearly in on some sort of the operations because he was
Yeah.
there in the midst of all the shadiness and Sidwell. So like I'm falling in love with Fitzpatrick, and I'm really excited to see how like he how
Continues to
much they
develop.
utilize him
Yeah.
um with him knowing that the shit is corrupt, babe. Working, being in Port Charles, being anybody in Port Charles, like 80, you got the ADA who can't even now testify. So now you're talking to Molly.
Yes.
Like,
Whom
Molly and
is
Dante sitting
still
there
Sonny's niece.
like it's not Sonny Corinthos running the whole police department at this point.
Not to
And now
mention he
Willow,
has
like, hold the
another
fuck.
cop in the in department.
Oh, they're asking Sid about Willow and Sidwell. And Willow, like, love you down, girl. You are up against a whole Sunny organization, and you should have never done that shit to Michael because, girl, Molly is here, Dante is here, Jocelyn's a W. The whole thing is like, they on your ass, girl. The whole family, both sides. Drew. So the Sidwell is like the least of Homegirl's worries, but
Yeah.
it's just that
But it's
it's
the most federally recognized one that'll get
the
her in
one that, and of
jail.
course, like Sidwell also with the Drew misappropriated
The
Esplanade, all
funds.
this, not like this is all like the backfalls of y'all being involved with that man. They
Yeah.
just mentioned that Sonny could get these, now his assets are
His peers.
frozen or being released or whatever. So now he can
Yeah.
get these peers. We know that because EL, not ELQ, deception. We miss you, Maxie. Do what you gotta do. See the Sulpitas. Xenon. Now the babies are in Australia. So
Yeah.
nix the whole thing. Fine. Now that means that deception is with Michael. Like everything, like the whole Quartermain, Corinthos, and
It's all
Willow.
over the place.
Willow. I mean, because again, now now Sunny's about to be on the board of the hospital.
Yeah.
Like even Tracy's like, What are we?
Hey, tell me what illegal things he be doing on them piers besides occupying them. What drugs are running through the city? What guns are running through the city that's not the WSB?
Right.
Tell me what illegal activities are occurring besides the occupation of these piers. But if he can buy them and sell them, so who's selling them? Who had the original contract that then said I sell these?
I think the issue is that they just don't like it's like a monopoly. They hate him
Yeah,
because they feel like it's a monopoly. Like you
sure.
control or bought out, bullied your way, Sonny Corinthos your way. And then like under the guise of the coffee, right? Like you're like, yeah, I'm a coffee importer. Oh, this is your peer, peer number 28. Oh. And next thing you know, and then the negative attention that he brings to the city. Now he actually is out there pew pewing. Jason is out there. So now everybody's just
But
like,
see, they don't go to
you're a
pew pew when
nuisance.
everybody stays in their respective lane. Anybody that's come in has always been the troublemaker, the Jeromes,
Course, but
troublemakers. They were trying to bring
still,
in guns. Cyrus Renault, he brought the drugs. Sonny ain't never bring no drugs and no guns. He's never made the city a
I
terrible
think it is
drug-filled,
like a
drug-fueled
habitual
place.
pattern for them. And the pattern is for people like Tracy.
Yeah,
And like obviously she is yes hung up on like the AJ thing, and I wish she would like
let
not
it
use that
go.
as your argument. I just like yes, but don't use that as your argument, girl. Like
Not
use
as
it
the
as in
only
like
argument,
no
I
no
guess.
one, even us as the Quartermains, even we don't have that much occupancy or power or that much, because even Drew trying to pull that shit about their estate and how they're a privileged family with this is blah blah blah, all the nonsense he was giving to like bully them. Okay, so Tracy, like I can see the concern of like you just don't want this problematic money. This man comes with problems, period. You just don't want that. And ELQ drama is just way different than shoot 'em up beer drama. It's just not the same. So there's that. And Sidwell is sort of, I don't know if they're planning on bringing our boy back, or are we waiting for a trial? Like, I don't know.
I mean, they keep saying the trial's upcoming while they are investigating his
Right.
actual crimes right now. So I think, he might just be taking a little vacation
Because he
and
was
then
him and his boo, right?
every day,
Um,
baby.
so that kind of wraps up the whole Sidwell WSB in that regard of like that
Yeah.
Cullum and Sidwell is like truly now put to bed. And
Yeah.
now we're dealing with the remnants of all of that. Um, just the last piece, I put corrupt Collins because I do
I'm
want to
dead.
like whenever I need to stay on Laura's ass, I will.
Yeah.
And just knowing that she is using some her and Boyle, like whatever remnants of the Sidwell Boyle political aspects of all of this, because even Willow's still like, I want to be congresswoman. I'm still trying to like, so we're still trying to political here,
Yeah.
and there is an actual corruption that Laura is engaging in when it comes to Boyle and her being a boy mom and being very boy crazy to constantly want to empathize and sympathize for people who are doing wrong. And Boyle is one of those. Like, yes, Sonny, we love him down. It's not the worst thing for you to own a bunch of peers. However, my only issue is, girl, I need you to pick a side about Sonny because
Yes.
one minute you love him, the next minute you don't. And that's flippy floppy. But now you're willing to go to bat for someone like Ezra Boyle, who has literally done nothing for the city. At least I can say that Sonny, Ezra Boyle's out here sleeping with hookers, and I love you, Jacinda, but that includes you as well. So, like, what is this man doing that's worth like? And it's like you're Cyrus Renault, Martin, Boyle. You, Laura, you have a propensity of taking up for terrible white men who already you're Martin and all of his trail of ex-wives. This is, and you're like,
Uh,
I'm actually Yeah, like finally it took it because Martin took it to such an insane place with Tracy. That was the only reason why you finally had to call him out. But now that this nigga's back and now that Drew's walking around and gonna be a whipping boy for Drew again, you don't give a fuck. Like, Laura, you're not like. So I just have to, like, I have corrupt Collins, okay? You will be in my notes.
Right. Right. Yes. Rip it.
Agent Jax. Rita, what are your thoughts about our girl Jocelyn now that it all has blah blah? What a miraculous recovery of getting shot. Michael don't give a fuck.
And don't. Hasn't.
What brother and sister? Where?
Hasn't, haven't, won't.
It's like, does Rory have a clause like will not work with Edith? What's going on?
No,
Michael don't give a fuck.
Because for real, we have not seen Michael with Jocelyn since Drew and Willow were still married and Drew was still talking and walking around pre-Willow shooting him. No.
Like,
Post
there was
being
one
shot.
scene where Jocelyn was only in Drew's face, and I think it was the nurses' ball or something, like, what, last year, 2 years ago, when she was in Drew's face.
Was that the last? I don't even know.
That's the last interaction to where Jocelyn acknowledged, how dare you hurt Michael, like, acknowledging that she's aware of, like, what's going on.
Right.
And, a big middle finger to Drew. So I remember Jocelyn popping off at Drew, and that was the last time that she's even really been. Nothing about the trial. I don't know. She was not at the trial for any of that shit. The Sasha, the baby.
She was at the trial. She was just in the audience, though. They didn't really speak much.
Maybe. Post.
But she also did keep getting called to go do WSB shit, too. That was when she was also flying before. That was around the time that she had to fly out to wherever the fuck that place was.
True that. The first mission with her and Vaughn and whatever.
Yeah. So she's,
you know what?
And then
that
she
is
also
true,
had to Easter Island.
The Easter Island. So she has been MIA. So obviously,
Yeah.
I know. Give them time. Maybe they'll bring it up. Like,
it still has been such a long time.
It's been wild to witness.
Considering that, she got shot and was in the hospital and everybody, and then Mama saw her in this hospital, including Valentine. But Michael didn't stop in there. Like, that is
Sonny knows, weird. Like, everybody
Sonny knows that girl got shot. Yeah.
If Sonny could have been allowed to see her, he would have gone. Like,
he would have.
Everybody knew. So I just found that very weird.
Weird.
Jocelyn Jax. Agent Jax. Now that it's all done and here she is, what are your thoughts about... Because it was funny, my partner, Andrew, he was just saying, like, she looks hilarious in this suit.
It's really the jacket. The jacket it fits in a certain way that you don't expect it to fit. It looks interesting.
And it's the low pony.
Yeah.
It's that
low pony, jacket, blazer.
Fresh face, plain face, just... Our girl's no longer just cute. I think that's what it is. Our girl
she has to look like a regular. Yeah. And you know what? Work uniforms be doing that to people. So
and so then that's when, which was hilarious of Emma just... Emma, like, nice look, bro. Like, interview. She's like, no, this is my life now. Like, yikes. But for me, I think, do you have any thoughts, obviously, like, now that everyone knows, let's talk about your thoughts about Carly and Jocelyn. What are your thoughts?
Carly is never going to fully accept that this is in fact Jocelyn's choice and or life decision.
Yeah.
But I do think, I don't think I know. Carly loves her kids and she will do anything to keep them safe and or in her life in any form or capacity. So I don't ever see her like, closing Jocelyn out or whatever. But of course, like, having to know that she has to be probably a little more reserved around her because she is WSB and because Jack is still in the Jack and thick of it all. Um, but I hope that they, find a middle ground, or I'm sure that they might currently have a middle ground, but Curly is going to forever hate the idea of Jocelyn being in the WSB
Yeah.
no matter what. That
So
is
that's where, yeah, like,
100% going to be a
where
guarantee.
that tension, it's going to have to go one way or the other.
If
And
Jocelyn, of course,
clearly,
ends up in another dangerous situation where she ends up in the hospital again, I think Carly's going to get to a breaking point of being like, don't call me when you're in the hospital. But well, that's the teeter-totter of that,
part
really.
of me wonders, for me with Carly and Jocelyn, it's like, okay, it's not even like we can't even dissect the Sunny psychology as to how she got here
Yeah,
because it's kind of inconsequential. She's here. Carly was feeling bad because of the Sunny as to why she's here, but
yeah,
now it's the Jack. Like the Jack is such like a huge tipping point, whereas for me, that's why I feel like she's not going to be reserved. If anything, I think that makes her feel even more entitled, which she felt entitled to save
right.
Jocelyn from her own job and her own
Yeah,
decisions. Like, yes, Jocelyn was manipulated in like truly like in grief and despair by utilizing what was an honorable mission to do stuff that is clearly like, look at Anna, look at Valentine, like look at all of them, like Dante, all of them. Like, you will be, this is an organization that, unlike the PCPD,
yeah.
unlike a Dante who actually would give a fuck about you and is like, Chase, you fucked us over. So I'm gonna give you a chance to go get Willa. You better not fuck up. Like, let's rebuild. Let's grow. The WSB is not interested in your development, is not interested in trying to really give a fuck about you. They
Not
only
unless
want to
there's
just
something they can use to exploit
exactly.
out of you.
And it's always coming at your detriment, your mental health. So
Yeah,
I love with Emma, it's like, yes, Carly and Jocelyn in the WSB, and then Carly now dating Valentine,
yeah.
who's WSB adjacent,
Well,
still
former used to
in,
be in.
but they always are. So no
Yeah,
matter what, I also feel like because he's now technically free, but because now Anna's tweaking, Jack is still around. And Charlotte, the fact that Cullum like even tried to have Charlotte kidnaps, like the fact
yeah,
that these things, like he has to stay WSB minded. And I think then that's why he was talking to Jocelyn in the office and saying like, I appreciate you looking out for me, and like, I have a feeling this is all due to you and blah, blah, blah. And she's just like, I'm just worried about my mom. I'm worried about my mom and her happiness. And I need shit to be as good as it can be despite her bad choices. But in return, I feel like with Carly being with Valentine, that relationship was always more so about Jocelyn. And so now it's creating Valentine to be this like stepfather that's going to force Valentine kind of back in the WSB to keep her safe. Like, like he's in the psychology of Charlotte. So now it's Jocelyn and Charlotte.
yeah,
They both now have their daughters that they have to protect from the WSB. And someone like Jack walking around with Nina, they don't like that. They know, especially Charlotte feeling so strong, not just about Nina, but now about Anna. Anna's fucking tweaking because of the WSB. Like, and now Carly being insecure about Anna. Anna's now tweaking. Like, it's about to be to where it's like, I'm curious as to how Jocelyn, being a WSB darling, but this was not with these strings. Not with these strings. And I think Jocelyn was very delusional in, your mom. It's like you're enabling your, like, she enables Carly, but then is mad at Carly for like
being enabled.
You're enabling her by you getting Valentine off.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I didn't want my mom to go to prison, blah, blah, blah. No one fucking knows. You literally are setting the story for what happened, and they're all saying Cullum is a hero. So it's obvious we can lie. We can lie and say that Valentine, bop, 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 bop. You didn't need to do shit. You love your mom, and you enable her by getting off 2 whole dudes that enable her. It's, I love that Jocelyn, that self-righteousness is so about to get fucked.
Yeah.
And then with Trina, Miranda, thoughts on, because that's hilarious. Like, obviously, we had them, like, Trina now knows. She, of course, kind of made this mental concession. I think Trina herself, she's having to make a lot of mental concessions with everyone in her life.
Yes.
But Emma started tweaking. And so then Trina had to kind of like. So, what are your thoughts about Trina Jocelyn WSB?
I think because Trina has, like you said, had to make a lot of concessions lately. She's obviously hurt that her best friend didn't tell her what was going on, especially after how close that they are supposed to be. And then of course with Dawson getting hurt as a result, like there's also the that of it all. Um, to her face, she's gonna tell her best friend, like, yeah, but of course, she's going to feel how she feels about it based off of the little that she does know about the WSB. Because I don't think Trina really has big picture WSB. Like, they haven't had that type of interaction, interference. Mostly Trina's been kept out of WSB eyes, WSB inklings. They've all just been focused on Sidwell and Rocco and that whole life, that life over there. Um, but with the little that Trina does know about the WSB, but it being obviously negative because you're the reason why my best friend is now lying to me about what's actually going on in her life and what she's doing and da 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 da. But I do think it's healthy that even though, like, technically, yeah, it's against protocol, they do have like their own code word of, "Hey, I'd love to tell you, but I actually can't. This is whatever, whatever." I
Yeah.
think that will allow the trust in the relationship to be able to be built on, because at least there's something that we both have that you're able to tell me to where it's like, okay, I need to drop it. It's clearly it's confidential. It's
Yeah.
can't talk about it, whatever, whatever. Um, but I think it's something is going to happen. Either where Jocelyn has to save Trina with her WSB power, or something happens to Jocelyn because of WSB, and then Trina then ends up getting involved in that way. I think something of that sort is, of course, destined to happen, and then wherever they choose to take that friendship from there
Because
is
I think I loved, obviously, we saw like they were setting up the framing of that Emma has been doing Jocelyn's job this entire time. Like,
yes,
Jocelyn, you've left. Now Emma and Trina are really close.
yeah,
They're partnered, they're double dates. Like, we're all a whole actual Scooby gang now. You're not a part of it.
because you be
So,
gone.
like, I love, and of all people, it's Emma.
Yes,
So I love that. Yes, Jocelyn will fight every new white girl that will cross Port Charles. Jocelyn will have a problem with every single white girl that comes onto the screen that's around her age range. Um, and I think, to your point, like, hilariously enough, I mean, Trina's now on her track to becoming a star. We're even teased about her having a stalker. So, of
yep,
course, there's some sort of, like, maybe in that regard, Jocelyn could maybe help save her as the stalker situations become more intensified.
yeah.
I'm curious about what the just WSB Jocelyn and Trina, like, can y'all even live together still? What does that do to y'all's living
Well,
situations?
because she still needs to have a regular life, because now that
Yeah.
she's outed as an agent, like, it's not a secret anymore that she is working for the
Yeah.
WSB, she's able to walk around and say, "I work for the WSB."
But I
I mean, she
think
still has
the
to have
main
a
panic that a lot of people have for Carly is that dating Jack is a problem. No matter how much he loves you, he's WSB. So you
right.
were able to be poisoned by someone like Valentine because you got in the crossfires of WSB business. Trina's the
Well,
exact same,
to be
no matter
fair,
what.
when Carly got poisoned, she wasn't supposed to be there at all. She surprised Jack on this little
Right. So
trip
Trina
and then
can
ate the
surprise
shit.
Jocelyn.
But Trina wouldn't, because I think Jocelyn would obviously be like, "Where I'm going, I can't tell you based off that little code word." So, because I don't even think Trina would know where Jocelyn is going unless Jocelyn explicitly told her. But that's if she even could explicitly tell her where she's going.
Excited, however it's going to show
Yeah.
up, that this is going to be a huge problem.
Oh, hell yeah.
And whether it's through jealousy, whether it's through actual WSB missions that are going awry and hurting our
Yeah.
loved ones or whatever
Yeah.
it is, between Carly and Trina, the two women closest to Jocelyn who are going to be severely hurt and impacted by her doing this. And you want to rada rada to Sunny for what? To hurt them? Like, you're not even like, you could have done so much shit. You were thinking about being pre-med. You could have even been a cop, girl. You could have even been a cop. You could have been one of the many ADAs to take down Sonny Corincho. Okay? But you chose, and
International
it's the
Security Agency.
sneakiness. It's because you not real. Like, it's, I don't know. It's like, if I had to put a morality on it, it's like WSB is like your sneak shit.
I'm dead.
You are not to be trusted if you decide to interact and engage with this organization, including someone like Anna Devane. Your judgment. I love Peter. That's my man. Peter August is a psychotic, horrible piece of shit. And Anna, of all the WSB and you got this man in your brain still convincing you to do horrible shit because you were a pick-me for Faison, and let's just. Anna, sometimes, Anna, I think you enjoyed it a little bit. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I think she enjoys this Phantom of the Opera. Like, you enjoy being Christine Daae a little bit. He's crazy. And so I'm gonna do everything in my power to. Faison's not alive unless you want that man to be alive.
Please.
Faison's not alive unless you want that man to be alive. There's no amount of AI voice, because then you're sitting here, you're going through your rationale, bitch. So the only rationale is the irrational. You like it. And like, in a sick, toxic way, a book about me? The Crystal Princess, whatever the hell it is. Okay, Twilight.
Crystalline.
He can't. Ain't that what the Wattpad girls like? Your name. That's chapters right there.
I'm dead.
A
Please.
good cigarello and a book about my boo? Anna, you so into it because, like, yeah, she looks like me, doesn't she? Yeah, bitch. It's you! You know that! Stop playing games, Bella.
Please. Please.
Bella Swan, please. Just say, because now old Brick was honest, and that's why you don't like her.
No, Brecht was honest.
Old Brick said, crazy man. I love that crazy dick. I love it. And that's vulgar. I understand. Do I care about my language? I don't know.
No. Who
I'm just
gives a
saying
fuck?
the intensity of which Albrecht threw her entire life. Cassius, Nathan, Britt, that's face on. Oh, yum, 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 yum.
Yeah.
And that's why she was so hung up on Peter. You thought that was your baby with face on. You thought that was yours. And now you won't let him go? Even in your mentals? I think you enjoy it. I think you love being the center of attention. You love the drama. You loved how it was playing all the mind games with Valentine back then, too. Like, you're, pick me. Her homecoming, pick her. Pick her for her homecoming, please. Because if you don't, now she's trying to kill Brit. Now she's trying to annihilate all of Face On. It's like I said too much. Miranda, any thoughts about Anna loving Face On Face?
I mean, it's just an extreme case of Stockholm, whatever.
Okay, but they be saying Stockholm's not real.
I think it is, because why? Listen, when
Criminal Mind?
the criminal minds of it all, and also when you do look at like domestic abusive relationships, I'm like, oh, why don't you leave? Why don't you what? When you look into the psychology of that, and especially depending on what your home life was like, because again, if that's all you know, then that's all that you think exists. Like, it, it I don't know what Anna's life was like when she was
Yeah,
a child, but I do know she entered the WSB at 18. So
right.
she had been up in that bitch from still formative developmental years or what have you. Um, Listen, it could be a guilty pleasure. That's what guilty pleasures are. They're what you feel guilty about it. It pleasures you, but it's guilty. You're guilty. Anything's possible, especially in the soap world. So,
It's giving to where Anna, you spend so much and now you're in this whole psychosis. You're a danger to your entire loved ones, to Emma, to everybody over a man who's not even here for real. And again, the psychological WSB torments of it all, like I get that. And also, this isn't even that. This is something that's very personal. This ain't the mission, cold fusion. I'm really Cassius. How dare you? Like, girl, hang it up. It's just because it was about this guy that was obsessed with you and like swore that, y'all would be together forever and he loves you and he thinks you're the hottest shit in the game.
I'm dead.
And that's all he been saying. If any of this project had anything to do with her, like creating a Frankenstein replica of her. Like, if it was that, but girl, it was giving it science. It's giving it was just science. And somehow, because, and yes, we'll find out more. Yes, this is Cassius. They are Faison's kids. This is a problem. I'm not blaming Anna. I'm just saying that some of this behavior, if not all of it, feels a little pick me. It feels a little Valentine would never lie to me. And then, like, again, like, I think she's deplorable because, like, her even making googly eyes at Jason when that's your daughter's man.
Yeah, also very crazy. Still
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Like, like, you're not, the shit with Anna Devane is not clean. Her and Laura Collins, I know that's y'all's 1970s, 80s faves.
Uh,
Nah. Those are birds. Those are prehistoric birds.
please.
Felicia's a bird too. All of them are birds. Bobby a bird. Carly Gen X bird. Birds. Because it's the same thing. Like, but you still hanging out with Sunny. Sunny is the reason your daughter's in the WSB and you're still hanging out with Sunny at the table talking about.
That's her baby father. Also, if we, with all that
We're
we
not
do know
concerned.
about Carly, yeah, Sunny's put up with a lot with that lady, and so has Jason. Them two niggas put up with a lot from
They
that
like
temper
that. They
tantrum
like that
throwing.
crazy cooter.
Yes. Yes, they do. But Sonny and Jason aren't complaining about that. They're not complaining about that. They know their girl is crazy. That's why they are there for her when she be acting crazy. That's why they can sit at the table and that's why. That's
Not
why.
learned a
That's
goddamn thing, but I love.
what's to learn, you know? She's already
Was
had
to
her
learn stay
kids.
away from dangerous men
She
because it
has her
impacts your children and
grandkids.
their mentalities and their ability to have a normal life. And either way, like Anna and the Valentine, it's
Well,
just
that's
you're
them.
just
They're
not
their own.
you're just not serious. You're just not
Uh,
as serious as you maybe think you are.
I'm dead.
Like if you think Carly's a bimbo, Anna, you're a bimbo too. I just want us to like bring Anna Devane down here
Not
with
bring her
everybody else.
down.
Just bring her with everybody else. Join us. Join us. Cause you've never people treat this lady like she here. No. Anywho, the only thing to wrap up just WSB, Trina, blah blah blah, is that yeah, her and Gio are gonna be rock
Sign
stars.
record artist.
That's really cool. We're excited. And so me and Miranda aptly are calling this the Beat to Beat. And they are putting on this jamming in Jamaica scenario to where it feels like Trina and Gio will either just have this very close relationship because of the music,
Yeah.
which will then cause some weirdness. Cause I mean, just having Trina, she was like, oh, so we're done with Drew and all the blah. And here's Kai talking about, actually, I'm still going to be a part of that. Over some kids that ain't got shit. Like, he really said, Wiley and Amelia. I don't
Well,
give a
it's because he know those kids though. He
if
been the
they
big coach at the
I
little league.
understand technically that, but it's because we haven't really developed Kai really being so immersed with Drew's family like that. Like he should
Yes.
be. If anything, it would have made more sense if he had said Scout, who's now sentient.
Right. Not now
Like
sentient, please.
taken yeah, like Drew and Willow and how Scout and all the kids, all of those kids are gonna like fare. And I guess somehow I feel like they need to just give Kai it is that undying loyalty I think he does feel to Drew that never actually went away. And because now he's gonna like, I'm sure Drew's gonna confide. I'm sure, like, because of the when Drew knocked down the thing and he's like, oh Drew. Like
Right.
Kai's back in with Drew. He's back in. And I think that's eventually gonna become a problem.
Yes.
Which will cause Trina to retreat away further into Geo, blah blah blah. Emma, for the most part, is only kind of crashing out, just making sure that Gio's happy with this decision. But her crash out just seems to be like, I don't know why you're stressing this hard. Like, as much as you're stressing about Jocelyn being in the WSB, like that makes sense. Look at your grandma. Like, you need to be stressed about your grandma and less stressed about Gio being there's no
Artist.
reason for you to be stressed about that. You're then therefore it's giving you're mad. Why else would you be that pressed? Anyway,
Right.
Miranda, any thoughts about Beat to Beat? Geo, Kai, Brooklyn being a momager.
LOL. I'm excited to see how we, I guess, bring music to GH or the music business to GH. Because of course we dabbled in it a little bit when we first got Brooklyn back, but then, Ryan Chamberlain. And then that was the end of the music for then. So I am very interested to see how we develop Trina and Geo as artists as well, because of course, last time we saw Geo really perform was the Nurses Ball, and that
Yeah.
was the shamble show that it obviously was. Insane. Um so yeah, I'm very excited to see how we bring the music industry into GH again. Cause yeah, we even had it like a little bit through Cam too. And then it didn't really go anywhere from there
Also,
either.
Eddie, when Ned
Eddie
turned
V,
into,
yeah,
I
we
mean,
had
yeah,
Eddie
Eddie, like
come back.
yeah,
And, like, yeah, we just haven't had, like, record label type business. We haven't had that for sure. I
since,
guess we've
yeah,
always had GH music or music in GH because of the Nurses Ball at least once a year. But outside of that, the music kind of just stays where
yeah,
it is. Um, but yeah, very excited to see where we go with that. Um, Interested to see if they do decide to, of course, keep whether they keep Gio and Trina platonic, or if they do decide to shovel in a little bit of romance in the background or whatever. Um, I'd be interested to see a development in romance just for the drama of it all, of course. Because yeah, it would absolutely give jamming in Jamaica. Like, who doesn't love, or even if it's like, oh, like the crash shot is just, it's fake, like they weren't really, but everyone thought, like, even that would be like a hee hee ha ha, twisted up, my scene moment. But yeah, I'm excited to see what we do, because is Gio doing the guitar or the violin or both for
guitar.
this?
And then
Okay.
the fact that, like, there was that weird, like, push though for them to be single artists, and then, like, I guess maybe they were just trying to get us to understand Gio's intentions with the music. Like, no,
Right.
he wants to do this with Trina. Like, it's
For
Trina
Trina
or
with
bust.
Trina.
Like, it's Trina or bust. So
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting of just like, oh wait, okay, let them be separate. And like they were both watching them through the music industry, blah blah blah. Trina being set up with a stalker,
Yeah.
hello, which is
Yeah.
insane. And so we are technically under, or at least I think we're supposed to be led to believe that it's Homeboy who hated her from
Kai's
the
old friend.
jump. I'm dead because yeah, y'all really hired this man back to sit there and look sour.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be very interesting. And then like again, if Trina has a stalker, does that mean Gio is saving her? Does that mean Jocelyn saves her? Does that mean, how is she being saved when
Right.
she? So I love that we know the girl will have to be. I said our
She'll
baby
have
will.
to be
If
saved.
anything, Trina's gonna get is the princess treatment and to be saved, kidnapped and saved. I love it. Stay there, stay pretty, stay cute. So I'm really excited for that. I am excited for I would really push for that similar Cam chemistry that, yeah, like Trina and Cam had, where it was like, are we being gaslit?
Not are we being gaslit?
Because again, I'm forever holding out for Spencer. There's always room for
Yes.
Spencer. And whenever they
Yes.
decide to pull that trigger, it's over. It's over. And they better not pull it stupidly either.
But you know they
Um,
would though. They would.
Speaking of, let's head to our favorite side of Port Charles, Trina's parents, y'all. I feel like just Portia and them get your own like
Yes.
little
Yes.
it's anything this girl does. I love to talk shit. Oh God, I love Portia. Love it. Portia had the baby.
Jordan helped her have the baby
Cause
in
Jordan
her
knows
house.
over there popping off.
Well, she was trying to be over there and make peace, and then Portia was like, I'm not having it, therefore making herself mad, and then she went into labor. And then Jordan heard her down the driveway and was like, girl, what the hell you got going up on here in this house? And then boom, here come the baby.
Love it. Love that. Also the fact that Jordan was kind of useless during the whole thing, which was hilarious.
Oh
It's
well.
like, why is Jordan acting like she don't know emergency anything? Like she's struggling. But then the hilarity of like, y'all hate each other, but y'all need to be friends.
Yes.
Y'all are frenemies, and I love that. And you have Jordan to thank for Desmond being alive and well. So let's not forget that.
Safely
Um,
delivered, safe and sound.
like let us not forget that. So Portia, I literally love you so much. You are toxic as shit. I need your toxicity though to make sense. And
Yes.
Jordan, I get why were previously insecure. Wrap it up. The girl has a scar on her face and she's going through a hard time. And like, you've got clearly the biggest fish is that Gannon is sitting here in your face suing the father of your child and trying to get him sent to prison so he can miss out on the baby. And I'm on Gannon's neck for life. So, Portia, and I can tell what I love though is, Portia, you're predictable as fuck. You don't stand on shit. And I can already tell that you're not trying to go through with this. You're not. Especially now that Hat Daddy and Stella, like, everybody is cool. The baby's here. It's all like, you're not trying to go through all this, girl. It's just not the move. It's not the vibe. The strain that it's already put on you and Trina, like, is it worth it? And I can see it. Portia, come on. I can't wait. You're about to embarrass Gannon, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Because then Hat Daddy is like, listen, like, I'm gonna take you at your, who you are, but my family and the things that I had to miss out on, I'm not trying to have those things repeat.
Yeah.
And you mad comfortable over here with a baby that's not yours. And yet you wanna and then what I love, whatever, like, like, not even frenemy, but like relationship that he has with Britt. She said, "You're mad aggressive. Thank you."
Dad. Yeah.
How about we open our ears? And she said, "You're aggressive. I'm not here for us bopping. Curtis is all this, whatever. And your mouth and then your attitude and energy is so vile and so aggressive. You said you like I'm and like the concept of, like, I know it's the law, we talked about it, but the concept of provoking people to a point. And you said the most sick, weird, you should be on a list.
I'm dead.
You don't even, like, you literally don't know these people. And then to have, like, you being so vile causes Portia to be so vile, to then
Yes.
say really harmful shit about her own daughter. I'm like, no. On a very serious note, like, yes, Hayden Gannon is, like, fun. It's my favorite pastime. I'm not giving it up. But on just, like, an honest tea level, sir, who are you? I understand. You got punched in the face, you clearly don't know how to fight, and you got your ass kicked, and you broke your hand. I understand it's $1 million insurance policy for God's gift to your little fingers, your phalanges, okay? I'm sorry that your phalanges don't work. I'm sorry you couldn't continue to be a little rock star, and now we've got a new doctor replacing your whole ass. I know that you are feeling slighted and wronged because of one literal physical altercation. But when I ask you, I kind of want to see your car records, and I want to see, because I'm trying to find out who hurt us. And you're like, you do that? Did you do that? I don't know you did that. What am I supposed to do with that? What is anyone supposed to do with that? You look guilty. And no matter what Brooklyn was trying to do with Willow, it never gave Willow. It still gives you. And it doesn't even give Danny and Charlotte, because we can't even get there because you won't even release your car records and exonerate yourself. So now this man is like, no matter what, I'm such a father first that I actually would be willing, and this is why you're hiring Martin, I would be willing to fight this, to go to court about this, to build a case about this, because I don't want this man near my new child. I don't want him anywhere near port. I am so actually genuinely concerned for my family because I believe that this person did something like this and he won't cooperate for a slide bike. Miranda, any thoughts about Gannon, Curtis, Hat Daddy? Like, I mean, it's just like, Gannon, hello? Britt called you like, thank you. Somebody of actual, like, if you're not going to listen to any of these people, this random, most aggressive white lady on the show next to Carly, she knows aggression. Britt is aggressive, mad aggressive. So she's telling you from one aggressive bitch to another? But Miranda, any thoughts?
Honestly, I mean, you said it all. It, at the end of the day, this lawsuit doesn't look good. Like, at the end of the day, this will ultimately turn that part of the family, like, against you. Like, you don't really stand a chance in that. Like, if you love this lady, you need to drop this lawsuit. Unfortunately, if you love this lady, you need to drop it because at the end of the day, this affects her, her kids, her family. And Portia doesn't have a lot of family because she'd be lying to all of them anyway. So, um, this is the most family that she has. Is her kids, Aunt Stella, and Marshall. And they're only two of them is blood to her. The other two are not. This is extended family. And then, like, you work with Curtis's aunt, mother, aunt. You work with her. You just met his father, obviously, but now you've heard this backstory as well. If you do go, like, if nothing else, you can go for money, which, like, hey, get your money, get the money. But trying to send that man to jail over it, if you love that lady, you would drop the lawsuit. Like, you would drop it if you really loved Portia at all. Because then if y'all plan to stay together and then let's say Curtis goes to prison for the 8 months or whatever that original time sentence is, and you stay with that lady and Portia, you stay with that man, then here come the baby pictures. Oh, dad, you weren't in any of these pictures. Yeah, because that man got me sent to jail. Like, oh, mom's husband? Yeah. Yeah.
I I I'm curious for the again, all roads go back to Trina.
Yeah.
What do you stand to gain? Like Desmond, he's too young.
Yes.
So you're trying to send active pop star Trina's father to prison.
Yes.
You want to hurt Trina because there's nothing about this. And money is a whole, yeah. If you've hurt me, my hands were my money maker. So yeah, you need to put me up while I can't be a doctor or pay for the medical,
Yep.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Jail does not. Prison does
Doesn't.
not.
Especially for one singular punch that came after a very specific statement of words. That is an insane statement of words to
That
say.
shows how callous
Yeah.
and how concerning you are. It's gonna be like, and of course, because Portia's dumb and I love her, she's so dumb, she chose the wrong man. So now I'm waiting. I'm so excited for Gannon to go Peter August. That's
I'm
like, it's
screaming.
literally the trajectory. You think this baby is yours and it's not. The more time you're about to play daddy to this baby, you're not that baby's father. You're now trying to actively harm Trina. You're stressing her out. You're causing her to move, like, try to take steps back from her family, but then she's secretly crashing out. However, she is going to process what you're doing to her father, you are now then further putting a strain on her relationship with her mother. Am I supposed to go see my baby brother and look at your ass while my dad's in prison? How did you see this working? And the fact that you were mad aggressive, and I've always said that, when you were in Trina's face in the first place, when she was having her issues with her parents about their behavior, about her mom being a liar, about her mom, yet again, lying about something as serious as the paternity of the people in her life. But you wanted to pop off in Trina's face? You are concerning, sir. Your behavior is very aggressive and very concerning. And I'm so excited for like Portia, like it's gonna get to, I can see it. I can so see it. There's no way y'all are writing a scene for Britt to be like,
If you're expecting to win in court, you're coming off pretty aggressive right now. That's not gonna look good in court.
and
Tone
I'm
it down.
curious if like Curtis, my curiosity now is just like, okay, Curtis, you were tweaking, you were letting Gannon get your goat to such an irresponsible degree. Now we're here. You see the stakes. Your baby is now actually here. The realities are now here. Curtis, for the love of God, please move with such Michael Corinthos dealing with Willow. This is what we have to do. We have to go on the major defense. We have to be an upstanding citizen. We need to go start volunteering at soup kitchens. Aurora needs to start doing charity. Like, we need to just, there's no need to, when Martin is talking to you, still getting aggressive, you still getting upset, knock it off. All of this emotional nonsense needs to leave now. We have to, that's the one thing that will go to Willow. That's the one thing that I've been really enjoying about Michael, even though Michael's never been a rah-rah person. He always has been a defensive person, but the lengths that Michael has gone to psychologically understand what's going on with Willow for the sake of his kids and what's best for his kids. Curtis, you better take a page from Michael's playbook, and we need to start playing this because Gannon is just as intense as Willow, if not more. Willow, at least these are her kids, if not
Yes.
her niece as well, or her nephew as well. Like this is her, so she even has more validity than you do, Gannon. You have no claim to any of these people. You're not even from here. Moving forward.
Doesn't even go here.
Miranda, your girl, huh? This your girl? Your Willow, what, apologist, sympathizer, Willow advocate, devil's advocate.
An occasional Willow advocate. But I do not support all of her actions.
Okay, so Drew's back. Drew's
Drew
been
is
back, but
walking,
now he's officially back.
talking,
Ain't learned. But also,
ain't
like,
learned
is
a
it
damn
fair to
thing.
say, is it really fair to say that he didn't learn anything, or he just
Yes,
No, I think he learned.
I think he
He
learned
learned y'all are full of
nothing.
shit.
He learned, but see, if you're gonna learn that people are full of shit, you need to move smart. Okay? You're not moving smart, Drew. You're moving as belligerent as you were before you got shot. And that's why you got shot. You were being belligerent. And he's still being belligerent. I had a notification pop up on my phone. It was like from TV Insider because
Yeah.
Google knows I occasionally look up General Hospital things. And it was like, Drew is still a man on a warpath. And I was like, you see the articles they're writing about you. You ain't learned a goddamn thing sitting up in that chair. And now you're really just mad, even more mad, because you really can't take out your frustration on who it should rightfully be on, because only one person on this planet had, well, scratch that. Only now 2 people on this planet have tried to kill you. And they're both related. They are mother and daughter, and you fucked both of them, and you married one of them twice. And you can't take near one of your frustrations out on one of them ladies who actually deserves it for what they did do to you. But again, Drew, you were moving so belligerently with these people and their lives that they felt they had no other choice but to either kill you, try to remove you from the situation, or kill you again by rolling you into a lake. So if you continue to move belligerently, like Nina said, someone else is going to try and kill you. Like, or someone else said that to him, or was it Nina
Was it Willow?
that said that? No, Willow just said, I did what I had to do. I think it was Nina who said.
Oh, it was Alexis. It was Alexis.
Alexis, thank you. Because again,
he's in her
taking out
face,
your
obviously,
shit
about
on the
Scout.
wrong fuck. It's Alexis who's sitting there telling you, like, you are going to, like, someone's going to try and kill you again if you keep acting like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, yeah,
Yeah.
I foresee it. You have learned nothing. Again, you refuse to learn the lessons that Rick has currently chosen to learn. You're still targeting these people. You're still pushing and pushing and Baby, it doesn't have to be Alexis that tries to kill you. It could be anybody else at this point. It could be Sidwell. It could be Sunny. It could, like, you have so many ops that you have single-handedly built in this city that used to be people that fucked with you. Now they don't fuck with you no more. And you have 2 people walk around the city that actively tried to kill you, and no one can know that they actively tried to kill you until it comes out, because either Trina or Kai is going to, and Kai probably is going to somehow involve into being like, well, hey, it was Willow that actually shot Drew. Good night, everybody. That is going to come out, because that's not like a secret that only Drew and Willow know. No, Kai and Trina know. So that's a secret that can still very clearly, easily get out, and especially with how we see Kai feeling the way he feels. Now that Drew's up and walking around, he doesn't have to fake allegiance to Willow. And he can in turn be like, I know Willow tried to kill you. I know Willow put you in this chair too now. I have a feeling Willow put you in this chair. That's not going to, so like, Drew, you need to figure it out, buddy, because you should get your revenge. You should. These people tried to kill you. You should get your revenge. But you don't got no people to help you get this revenge. So you're working alone right now. Because Martin's not working for you because he wants to.
Right.
That's still not a 100% choice that Martin is making. Martin just needs his bills paid. Bad. But outside of that, like, there's no. Because the second, Drew, if you try to even mess with Stella, Martin's off. Everybody has a contingency when it comes to working with you. Alexis fucking turned Willow down for representing her in this fuck-ass divorce because she was like, I technically worked for Drew and I only did it because of Scout. Again, you're forcing people to do it. That's not going to help you in the long run. It's not. Willow, I love you, but you tried to kill that man and he's due his revenge. But you've muzzled him for now.
With a smug little smirk on her face at that.
Girl. Sick. You're sick. Because he said he wanted to strangle the life out of you. He'd been dreaming of it.
What? A phrasing? And we had talked about this, like the amount of like violence that he put
that he spewed from his chest.
I think I've ever heard a man say anything like that. So descriptive, so graphic, so terrible. Just, like, literally wanted to choke a mouse out.
Oh
Also, she's giggling in his face. So
Giggling, smiling, smirking, smizing.
I love it when they do that. They they twist it to where it's like, we want to root for you, Willow, in terms of, yes, your freedom, Drew, get away from him. You
Yes,
finally did it, girl. Even the fact that Chase had to bring you down, you survived the interrogation, the Sidwell, because
yes,
that wasn't even you for real. We know that.
wasn't.
So, like, I'm happy for you. The way that you were sincerely constantly trying to rationalize with him, I always respected you for that, and just be like, Drew, it doesn't have to be this. You're pushing me. You're pushing me. Please don't make me do this. Please don't make me do this.
Yes,
I'm always with you for that.
yes,
When you refuse to acknowledge that you were stupid about Michael, so you're still picking fights with Michael, even though you now know that you were actively manipulated by Drew, especially with the burn unit, especially with everything. And the fact that Michael has been number one, protecting y'all's kids away from the nonsense of this man that you couldn't see. That's my beef with you, number one.
yes.
Number two is the fact that don't get comfortable, bitch. Now that pisses me off. I'm all about you using your pathetic, sad, pity eye ways and blah, blah, blah. Even with Chase, because again, I say that that's your OG. So if Chase wants to risk his whole life and do all and betray Brooklyn and all of that because you're lonely now, and I could even get behind you with Chase. But you being like smug about the levels that y'all have gone to,
Against this man specifically. And you know how petty and insane he is also.
you should have just
Killed him
taken your old Navy outfit. Once you and Jack and Nina and all of them showed up, your
and
mom
left.
just tried to kill this man.
Did. Just.
Just. So my thing for you would have been, we're done, Drew. Respected you more if you even left with the threat of like, and don't try this shit again. You left with the
That's how you walked out that door. Now, oh, okay.
now you're playing on Port Charles tax dollars, bitch, and now I have a problem. Because also, ma'am, the way you move with Scout was also a problem for me. You had no problem weaponizing her to Alexis the same way
No
that Drew
problem.
does.
Yep.
But let somebody do that to Wiley and Amelia, and it would have been all the rage. And now you're smug? Even Nina's not smug. Nina doesn't like what she did.
No.
She was desperate.
Yes.
And she hates your guts so much. Like, Nina's being smug about killing Drew. That's a whole different energy. That's a right, deserved energy, considering what Nina has gone through with this man trying to
Yes.
protect your whole ass. So she wants to be smug about Jack finally. She got her WS. Nina can be smug. You? Who made Nina begging you to get away from this man? Everyone.
Every single person in Port Charles.
Those aren't your lines. Willow, that was lame. So whatever Drew really has in store, and it's gonna piss me off because they're gonna make me feel bad for the girl.
Yeah.
Houseway, look at what you did. And you were smug? Could even, like, it's gross. I could even take you being smug about Chase and Brooklyn, because Brooklyn was just like, Brooklyn's the type of. So we'll see, Willow, because you being smug in that man's face and then now giving, like, he already wanted to kill you.
Already.
And then now you making sure it's happening. You're obsessed.
Yes.
You're just like Anna Devane, sick.
Ugh. Well,
This man that I shot twice,
and then
and now I'm like,
drugged. Shot twice, then drugged.
but now you're still doing that same energy in Michael's space?
Yes.
Like Donna Day, I ride. I get your psychology. I get where you went wrong. I get how you use your little pathetic act. Like, I get it. I get it. When you've won, you need to win gracefully. You don't win nasty like that. And so now when this man really comes for your whole thoke, Michael Andrew.
Now you've, because at this point, Willow, it would be so much smarter of you to actually go to Michael
And make up with
and
Michael.
apologize for literally all of that.
Nope.
Because that is how you would have been better off getting 50-50 custody. If you would go make up with that man and be like, listen, you were right about Drew. I fucked up. I was wrong. It took me a long time to realize it, but I now see why you were so. Because again, Michael's problem was never Willow's with somebody else. That was never the problem. The problem was it was Drew specifically. He didn't give a fuck if you were living by yourself. He didn't give a fuck if you were living with Nina. He didn't give a fuck about none of that. He gave a fuck about if the niggas were finna be around Drew, especially after Drew
After
has
Drew
manipulated
hurt
Wiley
Wiley. Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Manipulated that little boy 2 times over bullshit and then interfered with the whole custody bullshit with the Burke.
Yeah.
You should have gone to Michael and apologized and been like, you were right about Drew. I was wrong. What can we do to do better for our kids going forward? And axing it in the butt right there, because baby, everybody else was right about Drew except you. And you can't even hold Jacinda. Jacinda wasn't doing what Drew was doing. Jacinda was making money with her own body. That's her business. And she don't even do that no more. So what's the beef? She works for your mother. Granted, Michael forcibly put her there, but Nina actually said, well, she's actually a pretty good employee. So okay, so what's the problem? Because that lady ain't doing nothing illegal no more. She has a real job. She helped Wiley get an A on his project. What did Drew do? Manipulate Wiley and hurt him emotionally.
You
But
know
you
what
have
it
beef with
is?
Michael.
Every other character, whether they're good or bad, they take accountability.
Yes.
Nell and Willow, I think
Never
they are
did.
intentionally written to zero accountability. Like, you could be given all the chances, all the opportunities, all the clues, all the everythings, the do-overs, the blah, blah, blahs, and zero, like even Lulu takes accountability for like why I'm the way that I am, why I'm like tripping about Charlotte, and like all of her shit is like she's not crazy.
No.
Like Lulu's concerns about Valentine being Charlotte's father is so legit.
Legit.
Her concerns about Rocco's infatuation with Britt and the whole Faison clan, and the fact that like all of it is valid.
Yeah.
So even she understands like why she's ridiculous. Everyone understands why they are being ridiculous. To some degree, even Portia. Willow. It's because even Portia has the humility to be embarrassed of the way everything came out, the being you cheated on Kurt. Like, she even knows, like, in all of the rage, she's the one who fucked up. That she has to take accountability to Trina's face. Carly has to take accountability to Jocelyn's face about constantly choosing. Jason has to take accountability for choosing everyone else over Danny. But Willow, you can't go to Michael and say, I fucked up. I made a mistake. Lucas can take accountability for everything that happened with Marcos. Everyone can take accountability for how they fucked up. And it doesn't make them terrible people. Rick can take accountability of why some of his men don't fuck with him like that.
Yep.
He's like, look, Sonny, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm trying to da-da-da. Because I understand
what I've done to get us to this point.
And what's I can't say the same for Drew because Drew actually has rightful grievances.
Mhm.
They're petty, they
As fuck.
are amplified and misplaced, and you're also dealing with someone like a Tracy Quartermain. You're dealing with people who are making this like way harder than it needs to be. You used to be in there with them, Drew. You were a part of the ELQ conversations. It was you, Michael, and Ned. Y'all were the main three, and when Valentine came in and started getting an ELQ business, y'all all were about what's best for the Quartermain family.
Yep.
Jason was never about any of this to keep ELQ and to keep the Quartermain everything. Even Drew being a politician, it's still something that is helpful for the Quartermains. And so a lot of his issues are kind of justified with this family do be kind of moving and backstabbing each other and doing weird crooked shit. Y'all like to pick and choose who's the new favorite Quartermain of the month, and usually it's Michael. It's always Michael. And I did too much. I crossed the lines of sleeping with a fellow Quartermains person. I hurt the family. And also, I was shot.
We'll see if Drew, like I said, if Drew was smart and
He's
he
gonna.
really wanted to
I have
take
hope that
Willow
he's gonna
down,
team up with the Quartermains. I have
that's
hope.
his only choice. That's
That's
really
his
his
only recourse.
best option. But
Get him being mad at Alexis because Alexis still has grounds over Scout because of her actual, like, that's someone actually formidable that could take Scout away from you. That's the girl's grandmother. And she's a lawyer. And she is like Scout, like considering she's a young girl, she has a stable home. She's all of these things. Like, you're a congressman you were a congressman. You were too busy. Like, everything about Alexis being a threat to Drew makes sense, which is why I kind of understand why he was upset. Like, I mean, the terms of his wishes were violated. Willow decided to
yeah,
do whatever she wanted to do, and Lexus was totally okay with it and not upholding the law. Okay, I guess. True, I guess. You're right. If Michael said Wiley and Amelia are not supposed to be with Drew and the bitch keeps taking them to Drew, I would have a problem with that too. So you're valid for your concerns and your frustrations with how people move. And the minute you're crooked, now everybody looking at you. But Sonny crooked, everybody crooked, you go to prison. I understand, my love. I get it. Willow, though, oh, tough stuff. Real tough stuff. I'm excited to see how Jack is going to take advantage because I don't buy. I'm not into it, and I don't buy it. I don't think I'll ever be into it. Jack and Nina is not a thing because Jack is already being like, I did the shit for Willow. I've got a
I'm dead.
vested interest in Willow, and Nina was like, "Eh," which will always be a thing, and I think they're gonna replay. It's the vicious cycle between Nina and Willow.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as also how Willow is going to burn her bridge eventually with Nina, as it will come with Jack, as it came with Drew, as it comes with anybody that Nina is just trying to whatever. And here's Jack talking about, ew. Do you think they'd repeat that though?
What? Jack
Like,
sleeps with
yeah, the fact
Willow?
that Jack, like, he's already slept with Nina, but then he said, like, I'm doing all this shit for Willow. And like, the he likes Willow as like a Jocelyn agent type. Like, we already saw that he was looking at her in that way of like, she's like, I'm willing to do it. It needs to be. She's enjoying it. She's enjoying being deceptive. She's enjoying breaking the rules. Like, I think Willow
Yeah.
is like being primed for ew, but it would be so gross if like Jack slept with Willow.
The thing is, I don't think Willow would ever sleep with Jack. Like, I don't
To
think
get
she
what she
has that
wants, to get what she
attraction.
needs, to secure what she wants. It's
I
giving
think she
because
would
they
just send
did.
her mom to go do it. Being dead ass, I think she would send her mother to go do it. I
No
think
lie. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Jack's interest in Willow starts and ends with her remaining a congresswoman. The second she's not a congresswoman anymore, you're not really useful to the WSB because you're not making any type of decisions. Now, the WSB could be used as a fallback for getting her out of federal crimes. I'm sure they could be like, oh, she was doing it under the guise of the WSB, and that could be like her failsafe. But I don't think Willow would sleep with Jack. I don't think she has. I think she'd be too busy trying to go fuck on Chase. I don't think she's gonna be looking at Jack anytime soon. Now, is it always possible she could, to get something? Maybe, sure, yeah. I mean, women have slept with men for less and or for free, so it's a possibility. But I don't. I don't I don't
There's
want to see
something
that, actually.
about Nina, like that phrasing alone that obviously bothered Nina, and the fact that we just came off of Nina sleeping with Drew and Drew picking Willow. Nina kind of starry-eyed with Jack, and like I think Nina also coming off of you're watching Carly and Valentine. So like Nina's already a very insecure individual. She's been already like, why are you doing this? Like she thinking like
I'm
he's
dead.
like into her. No, my love, it's about Willow. It's all like it's not about you, and I think that's gonna get to Nina. So it won't surprise me when Nina has been breaking her back, doing all of this while trying to romanticize some sort of Jack and her situation, only for Willow to like turn around and somehow Jack be enamored by Willow, or just like it's about Willow and it's not about you. He doesn't even care about you. The same way that Drew didn't care about you. The same way that none of the men seem to care about you. I think it's gonna. I do see there is some weird tension there, with Willow and Jack and Nina, and I was like, oh, that's about to be a whole problem. Especially because now that Willow is enjoying the twist, she's gone full Donna Day. Like she's gone
Uh,
full Nell, mask off. Like she's nelling herself into I would sleep with Jack to ensure that I can keep Chase and I can keep that footage from coming out, because like all of that black box stuff, and
yeah.
I'm just yeah, and I feel like Willow also during all of the Drew, the drugging, the way that Nina kind of fumbled so much of this shit and made it so hard for Willow. I honestly feel like Willow make feel like Nina's like a fucking liability. Like honestly,
She low-key
girl,
is. She
I
low-key
honestly will
is.
do this myself. Like I will fuck Jack myself. I will do whatever I need. I don't want you involved. I don't, because you're gonna ruin it. You're just gonna ruin it. Um that's all I've really got. Sentient Scout. Scout.
Who?
Which, of course, just real quick, they brought Scott Baldwin's daughter, Serena, back
Yes.
onto the scene with Lucy. And so I guess that's going to be a thing. And I'm curious, like, who's she for? And I thought maybe she might be for Drew. Like, I'm not sure, like, because then we also lost Ethan, or we're losing Ethan, or whatever is going on with that. So then I also saw Ava talking to Drew. And I thought that was kind of like, are you trying to, like, prime people sleeping with who? And so having this new Serena person, which I don't see that there's another available guy since Fitzpatrick is going to be for Lucas. And then I don't think that new doctor, the Tristan Roberts guy, I don't know if he's gay, straight, or if he's supposed to have this thing with Britt and Jason, if that's supposed to be like a thing. Because the way he's talking to her is kind of crazy. Um, but maybe they're gonna build something there. Um, so we have aged up sentient Scout, and I call her sentient because all iterations of Scout before
I'm
were
dead.
just not there. They were just saying the lines, and we appreciate for all the work that you've done before. But they have hired some lady, some lady, because when I say this lady has been acting for 80 years, this lady's a pro. I
No.
don't know who this lady is, this child. But whatever acting school they dug this girl up from, insane. Insane. It makes me uncomfortable how grown Scout is. compared to the rest of her peers. Like, the girl is more sentient than Danny is.
I'm dead.
And that's her older brother. Like, this girl is acting circles around the adults, everybody. She's like, I'm Tracy.
Please.
She is
Please.
so regal. Like, time travel, MGM. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where y'all got her, what time machine y'all brought her from. That's an actor of the century. And I don't know. Scout? First of all, your name is Scout and you have to act like this? Your name is
Scouting.
Scout and you're acting? Like, you should be giving mediocre performances with the character's name like Scout. You know, like Rocco. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like these bullshit names. Like, these are bullshit characters. You're not serious. But Scout's about to be, like, we're about to really be like, Scout.
It's a name that will have to be said. Yes. Yes.
Scout. Like, we really have to say it like as serious as Sunny, Carly, Scout,
Jason.
Jason,
Scout.
Scout, Laura Spencer, Scout. It was stupid as saying Rocco, okay? We sounded stupid. We sounded like Sesame Street. Now we're
Did
out here, Scout.
you?
Okay. To Kill a Mockingbird, Scout. Fine. So we've got Scout. Scout's a swimmer. Scout's gonna be the leash on Drew. Scout's gonna be the one that I think is what we are hoping is, while Drew is contemplating his revenge on Willow. And yes, Drew right now is popping off and he's angry and all of this. Now that Scout is going to be in his face, is a sentient actor, we're really about to like hold him accountable for how he behaves in front of Scout. He's only allowed on the Quartermain property with Scout. So like there's like, he has to be like, and also the Danny of it all, like the muzzle that Scout will play on Drew is going to be really nice and sweet. It's going to hopefully humanize him in a way that we can hopefully get behind, to where it's like, okay, Drew, because I feel like Willow is going to, similar to how Nina took it too far with Charlotte, Willow is going to take it too far with Scout. And it's going to be some sort of like, she'll trick her in some way, or she will use Scout to hurt Drew in some way. You know, like, I think there's, them having such a strong actress for this role is about to really change the stakes for what Willow and Drew were even doing. Like, Wiley and Amelia are not a factor. Like, they're just not. Like, we don't care about these kids. And I found it, again, ridiculous that Kai cares about the kids. But
I'm dead.
because of how strong Scout and how she's older, she's the oldest kid of this, like, whole thing, that's the person we should be worried about. How is she going to be okay when, like, we know that someone dangerous like Willow, who she was so heartbroken about her dad being in this wheelchair, like, what happens when Scout finds out that Willow is the monster that has been doing all of this? Like, the whole, like, similar to Scout, she has Rocco power. The younger the baby, like, I mean, the younger they are, the more connected they are. And Scout's got a whole Quartermain clan. She's got all of Sam and Jason. Like, Jason's not gonna let, her fall to the wayside. So Alexis alone, the Davis, that whole little Alexis alone, and that includes all the Davis girls, everybody. That's Sunny. That's all them people. That's all them people
Even by
immediately.
default includes Ava, the
Abe,
Jerome's
all
by
like she
extension.
even dropped that hint, which is why I
Yeah.
thought it was interesting. I was like, oh, she's letting us know, like, she cares. She was like, how is Scout? And like, Ava, that's why I thought it was interesting. I was like, is Ava gonna try to like date Drew in some regard? And is that gonna be weird? Because she is showing just a genuine care and concern because of Julian. That is Julian's whatever, so that is her whatever. So Scout is another one who, as she has a crush on Rocco, which I haven't even thought about. Is that weird? Who
Yes.
does she? Yeah, it's too much. Like, I think we could have to get outside people because Rocco, y'all all related. Like, stop. It's
Yes.
getting weird. Um, but anyway, I'm really impressed with this actress. They cannot continue to do a powerful story without an actress as powerful as Scout. Like, Scout's never been a factor until what a powerful little actress. So we'll highlight her there. I think though, out of everything and everyone, we talked about how we're losing Ethan. Don't know what's going on with that. That's just really
Truly don't.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't care to know. And we're just waiting to see how everybody is going to unfold. Anna seems to be amplifying her crazies, and
And now
that's going to
Drew has to
ricochet off
start
of,
getting reacquainted with the city as well.
yeah, yeah.
Because the next thing
Dante
is their
and
divorce.
Elizabeth.
Please get it off my screen.
As much as I'm like, yeah, like Elizabeth Rick, we were excited for it just for like the Rick of it all.
Yeah.
They never made Elizabeth just as excited. So that was already like, well, then I don't want to watch this. And now you have Rick watching it. Like, oh my God. Like, we were just rebuilding Rick. Like, I just don't want to go down. Like, in Dante, like, come
Right.
on. And I knew it. I knew it. The way that they were then buddy trying to put it together for Rocco, it was just a little too weird for me, a little too comfortable. And now we're trying to shoehorn this Elizabeth Dante thing, and we just got off the Dante Sam. Gross. Gross. I'm not into it. I don't think it makes Rick interesting to me to watch him crash out over this. I was hoping for him to have a sense of normalcy,
Yeah.
and his biggest issue, of course, just redeeming himself in the eyes of Sonny. Um, and him really showing up now that he is redeeming himself. Don I don't know. Sure, but there's no one else, I guess, for us to like put with Elizabeth, and they seem to be boring. I don't know.
I'm dead.
Her and Rick seem to be kind of like mad boring. So then it's like, I guess you're going to shake it up by making Rick insecure yet again. Versus, like, it would be more interesting if, I don't know, Elizabeth was insecure. Like, she's not the prize. She's not.
Please!
I love you, Lizzie.
Not Nurse Weber. Head Nurse
uh,
Weber.
so to close this out, we talked about, we're gonna do our Emmy people we really felt just really was doing a big ones. And again, her name is Kaden Brenna Tokarski.
Yes.
That's the sentient Scout Kane. Every scene ever that she does, the looks she gives, like acting around everyone. And I do mean everyone. I
Fucking
actually
dead.
mean that. Even the adults. Because, like, it's like, oh, yes, I love Ava, but we know that Mara West be putting on this 1920s transatlantic. That's fine. I love that. Like, you can do that. But I just know that Ava is a character that will be like that. I'm watching Drew scrowl his whole lines. That's fine. I accept that. That's who you are as an actor. That's fine. Except Kaden. Kaden, I don't know what world. Kaden is in Port Charles. I don't know where y'all are in the Prospect Studios. Caden's in Port Charles. For a character that doesn't need to take it so seriously, I'm gagged that it's that serious for her, which means that the rest of you need to make it that serious. We're not gonna soften our acting because she's going too hard about a character named Scout.
dead. I'm WEAK weak.
Je petite, all of them. Dry compared to what this girl is giving in just the look alone.
Please.
Love you down. I can't wait. We will give Eden, of course, her props. I think Eden, the entire WSB baddie changeover for Jocelyn, Jocelyn being not useless, but she was a privileged girl. It kind of felt like we didn't know really where she was going, and it was just mad basic. Like, there wasn't really much going on for her besides, like, everybody else was going through shit. And then the Esme of it all was still happening to Trina. Like, all of
Yeah.
these things were, like, still mostly focused about Trina. So Jocelyn's never really had something actually about her. Even the baby dying, it was about Oliver. What's on Oliver? Oliver? Who was the boy
Maybe.
that died? Her very first boyfriend.
Oscar.
Oscar. Like, even again, like, all of that is just about, like, a girl losing her boyfriend, so it's sad. And then, like, she loses every boyfriend, so it's always about, like, Jocelyn sad about losing boyfriends, but it was never really about, like, Jocelyn. And so this whole entire WSB plot, her being Tomb Raider, I love it. I loved every minute of it. Her
Yeah.
getting shot, like, you're somebody who's getting shot at. You're somebody who's running, doing missions, thinking, interacting with all different types of people. Like, I really, like, you're in scenes with guns. Oh my God. I love that. And I think Eden, with your now power suit, power
Hey,
suit on, bitch. Like, I
power.
love it. I love it. And I think she's doing such a good job for having such a sweet, angelic face. Like, it's been just like, no, girl, I believe Jocelyn is on this journey to become an actual WSB agent. Like, it's not far fetched. It's not like we're trying to, like, not that it'd be far fetched for someone like Willow. But for this character who was kind of a dud, Eden making it feel as believable as we can get it. I like that. Good job, girl.
Yes.
And yeah, new Lulu, which we've said, like, Lulu usually is a pop off, or Lulu, usually no matter what, she's always complaining.
True.
She's always complaining. She's always on some high ground telling off somebody.
Yeah.
So the lashing that she gave to Carly was just like, finally, it was a succinct argument that I'm like, oh, finally, bitch, you're not being annoying. Um, and
Yes.
you just, her just jumping into Lulu and making me feel so Lulu, Alexa Havens, Brunig, like, you could have been Lulu this entire time.
Could have.
You could be Lulu this entire time, from sending Michael to prison. I hate your guts just as much. You look like you were the bitch that did that from back then. You act like you were the bitch that did that from back then. So that all this popping off you're doing now is hilarious. That's how believable you are between the bitch that you used to be played by versus the bitch that you is now. And I love and
Please.
I live. I love
Please.
watching that girl crash out. I love watching that girl be insecure.
Yeah.
I, it's my like, I actually get off on it. I get so off on it. Her and Portia, it's like, y'all don't know what's wrong with you, and it's you. It's so funny. At least Carly knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Nina knows.
Yes.
Nina knows. She's gonna pretend that she don't know, but Nina
But she
even
knows.
knows. Obrecht know. Everybody know. Lulu, you like to act like you don't know. You like to act like you're so high ground moral. You're an investigator. You're a writer. You're a this. You're a scrub. You're a bad mother. That's not your fault, but it's the truth. And you have an even worse mother that enables all your bullshit. Thank you, Alexa. Because the way I can't stand Lulu, that means you're doing it right. It's not even like, it's not even about, like, what is it, Ryan Lavery for Drew? Like, it's not like his performance of Drew. Like, nah, it's not that. It's just Drew himself. Like, I can't believe this character has become this no matter who the fuck's playing this man. Like,
Yeah.
what? You're crazy. You're crazy. So I don't care if it could be anybody doing it. Drew himself is diabolical. Lulu requires a type of, and I don't feel like the other Lulu, I think her name is like Emily or something. She was too nice. Like she was way too nice and doe-eyed looking. No.
Mm-hmm.
This Lulu, crybaby, delusional, whiny, but you think you so smart. Oh my God, I love how smart she thinks she is. The arrogance on the bitch. I also love a bitch that is willing to fight. So yeah, you in Brooklyn, like you're ready to fight people. I love that.
Ready to square up any moment.
Even if you're wrong. I appreciate a bitch that's willing to fight. And you're crooked about your kid. Yeah. Yeah. Alexa, I love, and eventually she is like, no matter what, I love that she plays Lulu's insecurities to where it's like, oof, girl. It's like, I don't feel bad for you, but I do.
Oh,
I don't, because Valentine loves this girl. And I'm sorry that this girl chooses this man. I'm sorry that Rocco chooses that lady. You need to understand. But Alexa, the way you have this lady not understand, I live. But it was nice for her to get her little, and
lashing
Carly,
in.
and her to actually finally be justified. And so
Yes.
like the acting and when your character is also justified, because again, the whole Nathan when she sat there and she was so sad when she realized,
He
so
only
wait a
wanted me
minute,
because it wasn't him.
it's me. I like, that.
Crazy work.
Take accountability and just say it was because you took your best friend's man for what? For it to not be him? Yeah, boo, that's the only way it would ever fucking happen. So now you realize it's you, Lulu. And I love that. But someone like Willow would never. And that's where it's like, we will, of course, eventually give our shout out to Willow, the actress. She's amazing. And like, she's been amazing since we didn't think that she could do it. And even the dawn of day of it all, it was just sort of like, yeah, we understand this. But when she lost the other baby and she was crying and we cried with her, we were like, oh, Willow's actually here to stay. Like, this is a character that we need to get comfortable being around because this bitch, her actress, yeah, it's making Willow worth keeping around, that little angelic little face, but now she's snickering and shit. Okay, bitch. Time for your downfall. Time for
Like
you to go all the way down. And
you making me root for
If we get
Drew,
a scene of Drew having his hand on that girl,
and don't make me root for it. I don't
y'all
want to
better
root
hope
for it.
Sentient Scout don't walk in on that, okay?
You know what? Hey,
Sentient
all the
Scout eventually
drama.
will, and like, I'm so excited.
She's either gonna walk in or run away. I keep thinking she's going to run away again because she technically already has done the runaway when it came to trying to see her family outside
Run
of
away
Drew.
from who?
Drew.
Negative. Willow.
Well, she's not going to see Willow as what Willow is until later
It all
because
comes
for
out.
now, it's all mute. As of right now, it's all muted. They're just getting a divorce. No one is talking about what actually happened. Scout is a force I hope we do get to see her as. Why are you and
Yeah.
Willow getting a divorce? She let me see grandma. She let me do this.
Like
She let
that
me
that
do that.
so then that was the part where I knew again something's gonna really switch between the two when she was like, I don't hate Willow, like she was kind
Yes.
to me, like da da da. And I was like, y'all even saying this means that Sentient Scout is about to have to go up against Willow and like probably kill that girl.
Either go up against Willow or she's going to go up against Drew to then later realize she also then has to go up against Willow. But regardless,
Too.
Drew is going to he's going to be the main source of the poison right now because he's not going to let her see Alexis and
Danny
Molly,
and
and
Danielle,
he's
all of it.
going to be the op in that way. And
Yeah.
Scout's obviously, now that she's sentient, extra sentient, she's going to continue fighting against it because we have already experienced younger Scout, pre-age up,
Running
literally asked
away.
Danny to come pick
Yeah.
her up from the fucking Lila's tots
Yeah.
and take her wherever she needed to go see who she wanted to go see. So
Period.
that is going to be an issue between the original issue is going to start between Drew and Scout. And it's going to be because Drew is not going to explain, of course, what happened between him and Willow that is causing them to get the divorce, number one. And number two, Drew is immediately going back to enforcing the restraining orders against her whole family. And she's not going to be on board with
Yeah.
that. She's going to keep
I'm
probably trying to
actually
run
really
away or fight
surprised
about
that
it.
he did that. Like, I think that's what I'm surprised for, considering how sentient she is.
Mm-hmm.
And that Danny is now mature enough to even understand I need to play it cool with Drew. The whole Quartermain clan was ready to like knock this man out, and him being the only one to like say like, hey, we need to play smart. I'm going to play it smart and I'm going to do my best with Drew because I want to have access to Scout. So I suggest all of y'all do it too. And of course, Drew at the pool, you should be
And
here.
Brooklyn having to check him at the pool at
Love.
that.
I'm so curious about also Brooklyn too. Like Brooklyn, Willow, all like how are we gonna unite to get Willow out of here? Like I'm very curious, and so I think Brooklyn having that conversation with Drew, me, hopefully they're all fighting, and Scout speaks up, and she's like, "Hey,
I want.
Dad, stop.
Yeah.
I want to come over to the house. You can watch me swim. We can do all of these things. Like, I just want my father back. You've been gone. Like, I don't want you to fight. And I want to see my grandma, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully, Drew is susceptible to that. And
At
while,
first he's not going to be. I know he's not going to be. And
hopefully, we'll see. We'll see.
because again, he's just as belligerent as he was before he got shot and put in
Belligerent,
that
yes,
chair.
but Scout hasn't checked him yet. So when she checks him, I think he'll listen.
Let's hope she
Yeah.
does check him and he does listen. But my thing is, he should have understood it from when she tried to run away that first time and asked Danny to literally go pick her ass up.
I think there's just
Because
been
if
too
you don't
much
see
since
that
then.
that's a problem, like your child is literally trying to just see their sibling, yeah, you
Yeah.
don't really fuck with that other sibling, but your child is clearly doing a call for help by telling them to go pick her up from the daycare that everybody knows where that thing is.
Yeah.
You didn't listen then. I don't expect him to listen at first. Eventually, I would hope he would change his little tune. But I don't think he's going to at first. I think it's going to be a little bit before Drew actually listens to that little girl. I think he's gonna be like, oh, I know what's best for you, and I da 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 da, and the Quartermains are rah rah rah. He's going to let his belligerentness like slip, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then him and Scout can kind of probably butt heads about it for a while. But I do think Scout is susceptible to either try to run away again or to really have to go toe to toe with Drew on a consistent basis to then be able to do what she needs to do. But
I'm excited.
we'll see. We'll have to
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
We've been set up for some really great stuff.
Yeah.
Besides we had to make weird pivots about Nathan and
Yes.
whatever that means and whoever's going to be dating who. I think everybody for the most part have been really pulling their weight. Um the story has just been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got over this whole I'm glad this WSB I'm just glad it's all done. We're over that. I don't think we have anything like we have a couple of trials and things like coming up, but for the most part, we're in a nice transitional sweet spot to get. Now we have a new relationship with Carly and Valentine that's like for real, for real. He's got his money, he's getting his life back.
Yep.
Jason is now out of the organization. So now we're watching something completely new and different. What is Jason going to do with this time? How does the new teen scene fare with their deep rooted issues was snitching, and like again, that would have never happened to the OG teen scene. So it's like really crazy to see them be so broken up right
Yeah.
now. And then our big kid teen scene, we are we're now adults. We're choosing careers. We are Kai staying, he's gonna be like politically or sports aligned.
Sports adjacent.
Trina's gonna be a superstar. Geo is going to be a superstar. Emma, you gonna do? I think we need something for Emma herself because
Low
she has only
key.
been just like an accessory so far, and I think Emma needs her own issues besides worrying about Anna. So I'm excited just to see like what they do and how that works out.
I fear Emma's probably also going to get swept into the WSB.
Do you
Somehow,
think
some
so?
way,
Well,
I think
because Anna is such a problem in their house or in her house, and because the Jocelyn Anna is where Emma is about
yes,
to,
yes.
I guess,
Because
shine.
how
Yeah.
the whole like part of even the continuation of part of their beef came from Emma trying to take down this professor who she knew was doing something fucking shady as hell, and then Jocelyn coming in and just like kind of ripping that from under her because it was her assignment for WSB. Now, whatever Emma's aspirations or goals are, we know she's willing to go to extremes, so extreme that she'll get kicked out of colleges
Yeah.
to achieve her goals.
Yeah.
I think Emma's own ambition or Emma's own, because to me it seems like she's definitely on an activist pipe
Yeah.
or
Very
some
much
type of
that. She was,
activist
yeah, the big
pipeline.
activist. Yeah.
I think that is either somehow going to either get her on a WSB list if she's not already, just being the daughter of or
Love
the
that.
granddaughter
I
of an
love
agent.
that. Yeah.
I feel like there's somehow, some way she's going to get caught up in that world, whether she wants to be or not. Just because, of course, there is a station now in Port Charles, Anna in Port Charles, Valentine in Port Charles, Jack in Port Charles. Like, because we have that, and we don't even talk about Emma's family we don't talk about Patrick and
Robin or
Robin
Patrick.
and that other baby they have. Like, we don't talk about them niggas at all. Because then Emma's only other option would be to become a doctor like her parents,
Right. Right.
obviously.
Right.
That's her only other pipeline. Because what, work at the Metrocorps? She doesn't have to do that. She's not doing that. Work for Deception? She doesn't give a fuck. Work for Aurora? She could, but I don't think she gives a fuck about that
You
either.
know, they do need a new Lulu.
Another reporter? If Emma were to take her activism into reporting, sure, but I think she also wants to be a little more hands-on than,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lulu actually gets hands-on.
Yeah. I feel like that was the only, it's close, and because she's nosy and because she would probably, that intersection with her and Jocelyn is going to be a, I
Yes.
feel like would be an issue, not
Yes.
WSB, but because she is interested in exposing shit,
Yeah.
going under, she her own little operation. So it would be
Exactly.
really cool. Actually, I would love her for the work because again, we have to build these brands, and Aurora isn't really a thing right now, and so it would
Right.
be really cool if we need our paper back, whatever the paper, it was the Invader, that thing got bought out. Like Peter was
Yeah.
doing all of that, and Lulu was an Invader girl or whatever, and then Alexis took it over. So like we have print press history, and I think as we've built all of our lawyers, all of our doctors, WSB is full, the mob is full, and then you being a entrepreneur crimson deception bitch, like that's full. So yeah, like Lulu's the only one who does something that is halfway between being a cop, being a WSB, and being a nosy ass bitch.
Yeah.
And I think it would be nice for Emma to, I would love that as a career. Yeah, we got a rock star, we got a WSB, we got a reporter, that'd be real.
Yeah.
Politician Kai, sports star Kai, whatever the hell. That would be real cute. I think it'd be really fun. Also, it'd be cool if Kai, um, which there's no like point, but if even Kai, like, not necessarily, I think Aurora would be cool. Yeah. They need to start being like a media house, like Kai has a podcast. Some
You know?
political podcast or some sports podcast or something like that. And, Emma, they work together, they write together, we start doing that. I think that would be really fun. So fingers crossed. Either way, it's been so good. I'm excited.
It's always something new. When it's
It's
always a Monday or a
always
Tuesday episode that starts off the crazy.
the craziest shit. We love you guys so much. For those
So
of y'all
much.
that are watching, thank you so much for just hanging out with your two sisters on this Soapy Pan Sisters podcast. Yeah. And we look forward to just chatting again soon. We promise we'll try not to make it as long.
You
But you
know,
know
do
how
our
life
best.
goes.
Do our best.
Okay. Bye.